Hello, everybody. Happy Monday. Welcome to Crypto Coin Mindset. I am Keith, and as always, I'm here to help you get your mindset on crypto. So, why are you here today? Why are you here, period? Hey, look at this. FF, good to see you, brother. This is live. You're welcome to join me if you want. I can send you the link to join me. But no, this is live, my man. This is live. My normal Monday live stream, 10 a.m. Mondays, Wednesdays, 10 a.m. Hey, Thomas, welcome. Glad to see you here. Glad to see you here. Appreciate that. Yeah, I like it. Comments are going straight off. Appreciate that, guys. Appreciate that very much. All right. Got it. I understand. I understand, my friend. But that's okay. You can have me going on in the background here and chime in whenever. Here's my cheers for my Monday 10 a.m. live stream. I need coffee. All right. All right. Hey, Lisa, welcome. Glad to see you here. And glad you are on Crypto on the Rocks on Friday. Thank you. Your input along with everybody else's was great. Crypto on the Rocks last Friday. For those who did not attend Crypto on the Rocks, I was gonna talk about it a little bit later, but seeing Lisa's here, we'll talk about it now. And we had probably the best Crypto on the Rocks in a long time. Tiny Crypto Blog joined in, so that was great. We had Philip a little later. He was dealing with some family things, so he was not initially there, which I thought was kind of funny, frankly. He was I had people, including Lisa, asking, hey, where's Philip? And it's funny, it was like the where's Philip show on Crypto on the Rocks on Friday. So if you're not or haven't tuned into that, you should join me this coming Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern, every Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern, for Crypto on the Rocks. Your input makes it better. I mean, we were over 3 hours talking, and yeah, it was great, giving out a lot of information. You got to see me give you opinion that you probably wouldn't see so intensely here in these weekday live streams. So yeah, appreciate it. So everybody, I appreciate you being here. Thank you. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, click that bell icon, click the all, so you get notified every time I go live and every time I put out some great video. Appreciate that. Also, smash up the likes. Smash up the likes. Oh, what's hold on, Lisa. I just ordered more gold and silver. Hey, you know what? Good for you. Good for you. Again, we talked on Friday. For those who weren't around on Friday night, we talked on Friday about other ways to diversify and outside of cryptocurrency. And one of those ways was gold. I was talking about in particular. You hear me talk about it here all the time. Matter of fact, link in the description of this live stream for Acre Gold. You, for like $50 a month, you can DCA, dollar cost average, into gold and have it delivered direct to your door. So I don't know if that's what Lisa's using or not, but if she's doing gold and silver, she probably has another dealer because Acre Gold specializes in gold. I am looking at another gold and silver bullion dealer, so we can try to have other options for those who are interested. So but Lisa, good for you. Absolutely appreciate you doing that, because you know what, you're only helping yourself in the end have a more diversified portfolio, and that's a great thing. So let's right, don't we all need to get more? Appreciate that, FF. I mean, hopefully you've got some gold in the portfolio there. Tell us if you, well, you don't have to tell us. I understand. But yes, can always get more. Always get more. And what do we got? Yeah. Lisa's all over this today. I don't know. You keep telling me you don't know what's going on, Lisa. I don't know. I'm thinking you're holding back on me right here. Yeah, you're right. The economy is not doing well. I guess you don't technically need to be too savvy to know that gas prices are going through the roof, and every time you go to the grocery store, you're paying more but coming out with less. So I guess those that's pretty good. But you're right. You're going to need a bunch of different things. Hopefully, we're able to trade in cryptocurrency, and yeah, which is a good reason to start DCAing, dollar cost averaging into crypto. So hopefully the gold becomes the backup, the gold standard, as they say, right? All right, I'm gonna kick things off, and I appreciate everybody being in this live chat. So thank you so much. By all means, keep going with the live chat. I know we got some conversations going on in there. That's cool. Great. Appreciate that. So here's my question. Let's start out with the question. Why are you here? And no, this isn't the big philosophy of like, why do we exist? Why are we here? No. Though that may be that may be a good Friday night crypto on the rocks one after a few drinks or whatever, and then talk about the meaning of life. But in particular today, I'm talking about why are you here in the cryptocurrency space? Why did you come to the cryptocurrency space? Tell me in the chat. If you're here in the chat, tell me what brought you here to the cryptocurrency space initially, because I know there are some people like FF. He's been here since I think he said 2014, and excuse me. And so, again, guys, what brought you here? I appreciate that. We'll put that up. I'll tell you, for me, and this is my plan. Okay, I'm gonna go through the basically the about page on my website, CryptoCoinMindSet.com, which is going to walk you through my journey here. But I'm going to also interject some other things that have been a part of my cryptocurrency journey, including some of the money I've lost, some of the money I've made, and where I'm looking to go now, and why I'm doing, quite frankly, what it is I'm doing right this very second. So I figured, hopefully, by hearing a little bit about my story, my journey, that kind of thing, it might help you to think, okay, well, this is why I started here in cryptocurrency, and maybe help you to decide where you're headed. What are your plans outside of hopefully protecting yourself from the coming economic collapse? What other things do you have? And what's Lisa? Yeah, exactly. Amongst other reasons, sure. If you want to learn more, you got to get a bunch of different opinions. And if okay, so if here we go. It's not crypto on the rocks, so I'm not already a couple of beers in, and I'm gonna really give it straight. But let me put this nicely. If you're getting all of your information from mainstream media, you need to diversify where you're getting your information. So yes, YouTube, good place. But again, even on YouTube, and we're going to talk about that, you need to be careful who it is you're listening to, who it is you're following. And increase your knowledge is 1000% what you need to do. 1000%. So again, why are you here? What brought you here? What brought you into cryptocurrency? Let me know. If you're watching this live stream on a replay, tell me in the comments. I'd appreciate hearing it. I will reply, and we'll kick this puppy off right here. Well, we'll kick this puppy off when I find it. Here it is. All right. What a great picture. That's a kind of older picture of me. Much heavier picture of me. I lost a lot of weight since that picture. Anyway, not that that's why you're here, but I did want to go into the markets a little bit. Maybe we'll do that at the end because just to check the prices. I meant to do that straight off, but let's jump into it. Why are we here? So again, I started CryptoCoinMindSet about trying to tell people about my journey in cryptocurrency. And it was pretty much blog based initially, even though I did set up a YouTube channel back in, I think, December of 2017. Prior to that, it was about the blog. I've always been more of a blogger than a YouTuber. And this whole YouTube thing is relatively new to me, all things being equal. And I will talk about that as we go through what my journey is. Or has been. Hang on one second. Let's see what we got here. A friend told me back in 2016. Since then, I've been learning about the legacy financial system, how corrupt it is. Amen to that, brother. And I pretty much went all in on BTC. Listen, you can't go wrong going all in on BTC. Definitely can't go wrong with that. And 2016. So again, another person, Thomas here, has been around for a while. So that's great. Thank you for putting that in there. I appreciate that. So you've seen the bull cycle. You've seen a bear cycle. You've seen probably a lot of the things I'm going to talk about where people in that 2017, 2018 timeframe lost a lot of money at. So feel free to chime in if any of that was you or you got comments about it. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, very corrupt. You hit the nail on the head. Amen. It's so true. And here's the thing. People are just starting to realize the corruption in the TradFi system and legacy financial system, as he mentions here. And it's just starting to rear its ugly head. And I say that as like, you always see the meme of the iceberg and the tip of the iceberg above the water and all the big, remainder of the iceberg below the water that you don't even see. And that's the corruption in this system and what is permeated into what is our government at this point, etc. But again, not what this stream is for. Again, we need to that'll be coming Friday, Crypto on the Rocks. But anyway, so again, for me, it was a conversation that started my journey into cryptocurrency. I was working like everybody else, doing my thing, and I happened to have a conversation with a couple of coworkers, and we were talking like, need to make just a little extra money, man. We need to do something. What can we do to make just a little extra money, make ends meet, And that was back, that conversation took place back in late 2016, early 2017. And one of them, matter of fact, JP Tech Reviews. I'll try to remember to put his a link to his channel in the description below. He now does tech reviews on different kind of computer parts, and I think he's been doing something on some gaming stuff as well. But anyway, he said, "Well, why don't we mine Bitcoin?" Now, I had heard of Bitcoin, and you know what? Let me bring this up a little more here so you can see. I had heard about Bitcoin way back in like 2010, 2011. A gentleman, and okay, here we go. Every time I tell this story, I apologize to this guy. I remember the conversation so vividly. He was talking to a buddy of mine and I, and he was trying to explain to us about Bitcoin and how we should be getting into Bitcoin, buying Bitcoin, and da 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 da. Okay, here's this question by Lisa is actually pertinent to my story. So I'm going to finish the story and then I'm going to answer that question. So we're having this conversation and he's trying to explain, you know what? Let me just do this for the moment here. So not to have too much going on for you. And he's trying to explain to both of us what Bitcoin is. Now, my buddy, not necessarily the most tech savvy guy, I knew a little bit. At the time, I was building websites and doing some other stuff on YouTube that had nothing to do with cryptocurrency and that kind of thing. So I had a little bit of knowledge, tech-oriented knowledge. And I remember as he was going through this, I was thinking to myself, like, what the hell is this guy talking about? And I was anything less than kind. And I remember telling him, pulling like whatever money I had in my pocket out. I don't remember what the hell it was, 1, 5, 10, and going like this. This is money. I can hold this. This is money. You can't hold it. It ain't money. He left very frustrated. And listen, again, I am very sorry. I should have listened to you because as I point out, and I'm going to point this out and then I'm going to answer Lisa's question here. As I point out in this origin story about CryptoCoinMindSet, right here, the price of Bitcoin at the time was about 29 cents. And when I went back and looked it up, who is, yeah. Okay. So yeah, who's crying now? Just saying. Hey, Jar, welcome. Thank you for being here, brother. Appreciate seeing you. Yes, I see. And for those who are not familiar, Crypto Jar and Financial Failure, both links to their channels are in the description of this live stream. We have started another channel, which again, also link in the live stream notes here, called Matrix Money Podcast. And if all goes well, you'll be seeing a live stream from us tomorrow. We're still ironing that out, but hopefully tomorrow you'll see a live stream on that channel. So make sure you go ahead, like, subscribe on that channel. Again, link in the description below. But I want to get back to Lisa's question, because her question plays into my mindset, CryptoCoinMindSet, my mindset at the time that this gentleman was trying very nicely to explain to me about Bitcoin. Her question is, do you own any physical Bitcoin? And remember, what did I say to this guy? This is money. If you can't hold it, it ain't money. Even then, there was things like direct deposit, right? I mean, back in 2010, that was just a given. That's almost kind of old technology, right? So the idea of digital cash already existed, because if you had, for example, we'll use the direct deposit example, what happens? It went from your employer's bank account to your bank account, and you didn't even touch it. It was just boom, boom. It was there, right? And in my narrow-mindedness, I didn't realize what this guy was trying to tell me, that Bitcoin was kind of like that direct deposit, that you didn't need the physical Bitcoin because there is technically no physical Bitcoin. So to answer Lisa's question, and there goes my, sorry, I know I keep wigging out over here on my green screen. I apologize for that. But there is technically no physical Bitcoin. Bitcoin exists only on the blockchain. Only on the blockchain. You access that Bitcoin by utilizing a cryptocurrency wallet. That cryptocurrency wallet allows you to interface with whatever the blockchain is. In this case, Lisa's asking about Bitcoin, so the Bitcoin blockchain. And by having your private keys, you can show ownership, prove ownership, and basically control what you own of cryptocurrency via that wallet. Now, different types of wallets, I understand, and I'm not trying to get too far off the original path here. But to answer your question, the answer is no, because there is no physical Bitcoin. But do I own Bitcoin? Yes. And that Bitcoin obviously lives always on the blockchain. It is digital money. That's what it's meant to be. Digital money. Hence why Jar, Failure, and I are put together Matrix Money as the name of the channel we're starting. So Lisa, I appreciate your question. Thank you so much for asking that question, because here's the thing. A lot of people think that way. I did. I'm no better. When I was waving that damn money around, being like, "Ah, this is money." My limited mind told me that that's money, but I was wrong. So I really appreciate that question. Thank you, Thomas. Thank you. Yeah, it is. I mean, I don't know. I sit here thinking about it, talking with people who have been around the cryptocurrency space for a while, and I guess for the most part, it kind of makes sense. We all know it's blockchain based money, that kind of thing. But if we're talking to someone who's either new to the space or doesn't quite, or who has my 2010 mindset of like, this is money, yeah, it can be a little bit difficult to expand the mindset enough to be able to explain what it is. Yeah, exactly. Because and not for nothing, when you try to explain it, it's kind of funny. I mean, we've all experienced it. Anybody who's been around the space for a while, who's tried, your relatives, when they hear on CNBC that Bitcoin just hit a new all-time high or blah 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 about Bitcoin, you get calls from all your friends and neighbors who know what kind of what you do, and oh, should I be buying Bitcoin now, and blah, 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 how's it work? And you try to explain it to them, and you try to explain why they should be consistently buying it, and all that kind of thing, right? And their eyes just kind of glaze over, and they just don't get it. So yeah, Thomas, I get it, man. I understand completely. Yeah, see, Jar gets it. He knows. He's tried how many times to sit there and explain Bitcoin and cryptocurrency to people, and what's the deal, right? It's like, they oh yeah, and then they buy it, usually close to the top. In previous cycles, it collapses, 80-85%, whatever, and they're like, oh, you screwed me, blah, I lost all my money, blah 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 blah. Yeah, because they don't truly understand it, even though they say they do. All right. What's this? Now, if we go to war and lose our internet and electric, how would you buy food, etc., if you can't? Okay. There's a lot to unpack in there. And listen, there's always the chance of, losing internet or electric or whatever. You can use, again, Definitely not getting into this on this live stream. But you don't need technically the internet to access Bitcoin. Let that sink in. But again, how can you? People will find a way. People will find a way. Sure, things are 1,000 times over easier when you can access the internet and do stuff like Lightning, use the Lightning network to pay for things like they're doing down in El Salvador. But at the end of the day, you don't need to. And people will find the way. And not for nothing. Remember, you already said it, Lisa. You were saying that, I need something to trade. And you're already giving other options just in case, because, hey, of all the people in the world, I think it's like 1% actually of the population is involved in Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. So, let that sink in. I'm getting way behind on things here. What jar? Yes. Holding your cold wallet in your hand technically is a physical holding of crypto. Yes, sir. I appreciate you putting that in there. You are correct. And everyone knows. There we go. Again, link in the description below. Here we are. If you're going to use it, make it simple, stupid, nice. Credit card where I don't want to try to get the light on it here. Tangem wallet. Link in the description below. Easiest cold storage wallet I have literally ever used. They just came out with another one. And the reason I like this, I mean, I know I'm getting off on I'm holding my Bitcoin in my hand. I'm getting off on a little bit of a tangent here, but I like this because you don't need to deal with the sheet. Try that again here. You don't need to deal with the seed phrase to back this up. Backup setup of this took me less than 5 minutes. And all I have to do is physically secure my second and or third cards. And I suggest if you get it, you get a 3-pack. And boom, it's done. It's secure. It's backed up. You're good. Although the new wallets will give you the option to be able to have a seed phrase if you want to do that. Yes. See? Thank you, Thomas. Appreciate that. You're correct. And if you, Lisa, because he's answering or helping to answer your question, if you actually do Google it up or you actually use YouTube and look it up, you'll see multiple videos of people who are accessing Bitcoin without utilizing the internet and the network. So they're accessing the network without utilizing the internet. Sorry. FF. Yeah. You ain't wrong there, FF. You ain't wrong. Water will be the new gold. And that's true. I mean, think about the things. Again, I've talked about prepping a little bit on this channel before, but yeah. You should be stocking that stuff up. And you're right, FF. That's going to be your trading commodity right there. Yeah, see? All right. I didn't even see that until just now. So there you go. Talking about prepping. Went to Walmart yesterday and we couldn't use our debit credit cards. We only had cash. How many times does that happen? The system's down. I mean, it is what it is. Here's a newsflash. Bitcoin's had no downtime. Bitcoin's had no downtime. There you go. There you go. All right. I know we kind of got off track a little bit there, but again, thank you to Lisa for starting that conversation because you know what? People need to understand Bitcoin and cryptocurrency if you're going to be involved in it. And again, stuff that I going to hit all the way down the road here. So let's fast forward a little bit through this origin story-ish thing we got going here. Anyway, the two guys that were eventually became my partners in CryptoCoinMindSet to start with, were exposed to Bitcoin together or at the same time in around 2013. And when I looked it up, that was a Bitcoin price of about $135. Wouldn't you love to get $135 Bitcoin right now? Yeah. Anyway, fast forward, it was again around the end 2016, beginning 2017. We're sitting there having this conversation. He brings that up. I had knowledge of Bitcoin, wasn't at all familiar with about Bitcoin mining or anything like that. And then he started talking about altcoins. And I was like, what the holy hell is an altcoin? Anyway, that started me down the rabbit hole of learning about Bitcoin, cryptocurrency. And like, I'm talking learning, like, I was getting maybe 4 hours sleep a night because I was watching every podcast I could see. I could watch, I could get my hands on. I was reading every article I could get my hands on. I was reading help me. The scholarly research papers and all, you name it, I was doing it. I think my wife thought I was like a crazy person at that point. Like, 2:00 in the morning, I'm watching a podcast. Like, yeah, it was like that. Once I started down that rabbit hole and really was able to wrap my head around what Bitcoin was and crypto was, guess what? That was it. It was no looking back. It was over. I knew I could make money in this space. I knew that the potential for this space to grow in the future, because at that point in time, listen, with a little bit of research, you already know that the financial system is nothing more than a Ponzi scheme created by the government and the banks. I mean, come on. It's just rearing its ugly head now because everything's falling apart. But even then, I understood that. And even if it was just from the fact of having your financial privacy, you didn't need permission from a bank, or like I would be trying to send money to people and you got to go to like, Western Union or whatever the case was. And trying to think, MoneyGram, that's the other one. And you try to send people, you're getting permission to be able to send money to people you want to send money to, paying a significant fee for it too, I might add, but getting permission. The same is true. Think about it, for those of you who may be listening, who own businesses, etc. When you have to send money, significant amounts of money from one business or your business to another business, whatever the case may be, especially if it's an international purchase, you have to jump through all kinds of hoops in order to move that money, because you don't own your money in the bank. That money in your bank is nothing more than an IOU. And again, getting off track, sorry. But once you understand that, and when I started going down this rabbit hole of what Bitcoin and cryptocurrency was, that's when all the light bulbs went off for me. And so I guess I'm early to the game, but yet late to the game. I could have been literally like 7 years earlier to the game if I had any brains about me. And I'd be in a lot different financial position buying Bitcoin at 29 cents a Bitcoin. But that's again, a lament for another time. So just to kind of wrap this a little bit here and go down a couple of other rabbit holes that hopefully some of you guys that are in the chat will come 2020. We all know what happened in 2020. You got to be careful what I say, because even though you think this is a free speech country, you say those kind of things, they ban you. We're already being shadow banned. But again, another conversation for another time. But anyway, as 2020 progressed, I mean, we started pulling a little bit into a bear market and so on. Or actually, we'd already been in the bear market 2018 and kind of still moving through that. And my partners basically were off to other ventures. They hated the fact that they were taking losses, because we used to meet up every week. We'd put some, we'd pull together money, invest in different altcoins and stuff like that. And believe me, that's how I made some of my money. EOS made, I think you've heard me talk about it before, huge profit on EOS. when it hit its all-time high back in 2017, 2018, whatever it was. And but and that's what I'm about to talk about here in a minute. You know, that's okay. I lost plenty, and we're going to talk about that in a second. Yeah, exactly. And you shouldn't trust the bank because, again, all that money you see on your screen isn't really yours. It's nothing more than an IOU. And you're right. So far this year, 5. I'm going to get my 5 banks have collapsed. And you don't hear much about it beyond what they have to tell you in the mainstream media. Because why? They're trying not to ensue panic. They don't want what happened in Greece to happen here, where there's a bank run on the banks, or what happened in India to happen here, bank run on the banks. They don't want that to happen. And hell, if that happened here in the United States, remember the US dollar is still the reserve currency, albeit the world is de-dollarizing right now, but still the reserve currency. And with that in mind, you know, what would happen if there were a bank run here? Holy crap. Can you imagine the nightmare that would be happening? Anyway, so just to wrap this up and get on to the next thing. So basically they were done. So I mustered up what money I had, and I bought them out, which, you know, out of our crypto investments and, you know, to the rights to CryptoCoinMindSet and so on and so forth. And it wasn't hard to do because, as I note here, the everything was basically down 85%. And I think I'm being generous here, saying the crypto investments were down 85%. It was probably closer to 95%. But yeah, so I bought them out and ventured out on my own. My goal being to create CryptoCoinMindSet into, as I listed here, a juggernaut in the space. I mean, I figured use the bear market as the opportunity to grow and put myself in a position for when the bull market came. So that was my thought process and goals and direction at that time. And I was focusing on news on the blog. So if you go visit my blog, you'll see the early stuff was a lot of news related. And not that I still don't do some news, because I mean, there's some big things that happen in the cryptocurrency space, and you need to be able to talk about those. So yes, that's still I still do that. But I've since, as you notice here, I've kind of changed back to, okay, newbies need to know. They need to understand. So now if you go to my blog, CryptoCoinMindset.com, you will find more explaining type articles. I'm talking heavy meat articles that explain everything you need to know about whatever. I'm currently in the middle of a whole thing about cryptocurrency wallets and breaking that down, because you can't properly function in the cryptocurrency space unless you're utilizing a wallet. So I figured that was as good as place as any to start. And now just to transition. So since then, I realized that, you know, a lot of people prefer video, and you'll notice I've had this YouTube channel since like December of 2017. And most of it was faceless in the beginning. It wasn't until like the beginning of this year where I was finally like, suck it up, buttercup, and stop putting yourself in the actual videos. And here we are. It's gone from that to now I'm doing 3 live streams a week. So Monday, Wednesday, again, 10 a.m. Eastern for these live streams. Friday night, every Friday, Crypto on the Rocks. Bring your favorite beverage. Join me in a beer or whatever the case may be. Come join me live on that particular live stream, and we talk crypto. I know I had a lot of people in the chat this week. I had a couple of people online with me, and again, we went for 3 hours talking about cryptocurrency, and that was awesome. I could talk about crypto all the time. And again, getting off on a bit of a tangent here. Whoops, why is that not showing up? There it is. Sold my Bitcoin in 2020, but I do have a small, well, good. Don't get rid of that small amount you got. Now it's time to start DCAing again. Dollar cost average back into Bitcoin. It's still at a good price to be able to dollar cost average back in right now. Still good. So, yeah, I would. And other cryptos. And again, you've heard me talk about that, not where I want to kind of get going. But what we got? FF's chiming in here. Yes, exactly. Exactly. And you don't hear a lot about it, do you? Of course you don't. Because again, they don't want to ensue panic. You see maybe an article here, a quick 30-second news blurb there, whatever. And that's it. They're purposely suppressing the information. The collapse is happening. This TradFi banking system collapse is happening in slow motion. And mostly because they're printing money and kicking the can down the road as far and long as they can. But for those people who are in the crypto space, I believe we have the upper hand. We have the ability to be prepared ahead of everybody else. But because of that, I believe, and I'm getting a bit ahead of myself here, because that's why I'm here. I believe I got to tell people, not just my family, not just my friends, and you guys love Philip on Crypto on the Rocks, and longtime friend of mine, and we've had these conversations and lamented about it stuff before we even talked about Bitcoin. But now, as I was doing the crypto stuff and explaining it and showing him and so on and so forth, it's ignited the spark in him, and that's great. But as much as we have this, the one-on-one kind of connection and ability to spread that word, we need to be able to do it on a bigger scale. And that's part of why I'm here. Listen, I definitely want to touch on this point. And again, those of you who have been around the cryptocurrency space for a while, chime in the chat if you can. I said there were over the course of my time here in the cryptocurrency space, I lost money. And matter of fact, let me bring up that screen of what it is so we get the actual definition here. Where's Wikipedia? I invested in a lot of what are called HYIPs or HYIPs. Some people say HYIPs. Basically high yield investment programs. Okay. Some of these things still exist around the cryptocurrency space. Basically, they were high risky, high yielding platforms or whatever that people put together in the cryptocurrency space using different types of cryptocurrency. Quite frankly, a lot of times it was Ethereum. A lot of it was built on Ethereum. And guess what? Basically sucking people in for their money, and there was a loophole in the smart contract in that Ethereum contract, and whoosh, the money would be sucked out of the system. So if you still, because again, I am pretty positive you can still find some of these around in the cryptocurrency space. Avoid them like the plague. I think that the first layer or explanation that they have here, it pretty much sums it up. A high yield investment program, HYIP, is a type of Ponzi scheme. Investment scam that promises unsustainably high returns on investment by paying previous investors with the money invested by new investors. Standard Ponzinomics, Ponzi scheme, whatever you want to call it. So if you see those, avoid them like the plague. I was following a lot of. Okay. When I was starting my YouTube channel, I wanted to emulate a couple of different YouTubers. One was Crypto Crow, and forever in my YouTube videos linked to his channel, love Crow. Love Crypto Crow. I like the fact that he's not afraid to just tell you how it is, and if you don't like it, go lump it. That's just the way it is. I appreciate that because, again, old guy, internet, it's like, just give it to me, Anyway, but there were others that are still around in the space. Some are gone, thank God. But some are still around in the space. And they've gotten away, from what I can see, from doing a lot of these Ponzi type schemes. And, they're teaching trading now or whatever they're doing. And thank God, because, when this bull run comes back, I have a fear that many people will be, coming back into the potential of these type of scams. So again, we have to educate people that that's not the way to do it. Can you make money? Yeah, if you're first in, maybe. First out, maybe. But the likelihood is higher that you're going to lose all your money. Thomas, thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you saying that you were a victim too. I mean, again, lots of money. Oh my God. I think to myself, if I had just hodled that money, I'd be in a so much better position in cryptocurrency. And I can't say that that's how much I lost. Holy crap, Thomas. I'm sorry to hear that, brother. I'm sorry to hear that. That's, oh. But see, that right there, that's what I'm talking about. This is why we need to educate people. We need to grow, or why I'm looking to grow this channel, because I want people to understand the right way to do it. The proper way to grow your wealth over time. And I say it in a lot of my articles on my website, and you hear me say it a lot of times here on live streams and videos. If you're thinking this is a get rich quick scheme, could you make money? Sure. Your likelihood is much higher that you're going to lose money coming in with the attitude of you're trying to make a quick buck. Come in with the right mindset. The mindset of learning the space, learning the technology, learning what you need to do to put yourself and your family and everyone in your circle of influence into a better position to be ready to survive what's coming. Because shit's coming, whether you like it or not. Yes, Thomas, exactly. And why I'm here. Why I'm here. Yeah, it is crazy. And the scammers, listen, the scammers are still out there in the cryptocurrency. I get it. They're not just in the cryptocurrency space. So, all things being equal, there are just general scammers who target the cryptocurrency space because they realize, not your keys, not your coins. They get their hands on your keys, your private keys. They have control of your cryptocurrency. Because again, it's not physical, it's on the blockchain. On the blockchain. So, yes, now that I got that out there, let me go into, I am already almost an hour in. I didn't expect that I would be this long, but thanks to all of you. And again, appreciate everybody that's watching. Really, really do. Again, new here, make sure you subscribe. Tick the bell icon, click the all so you get notified every time I go live. Monday, Wednesday, 10 a.m. Eastern, Friday night, crypto on the rocks. You control it. Hey, and we do dollar cost averaging into a crypto portfolio there. So you're going to learn about dollar cost averaging into cryptocurrency, and you get to vote. You decide what we're dollar cost averaging into. We're now doing 2 votes just so everybody knows. Because I'm trying to play catch up, and I'll explain more in detail on Crypto on the Rocks this coming Friday. So make sure you're there. But this past week, we're obviously going into Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a given, but we got Quant, and oh my God, I got to go back and see what the other one was. I can't remember. I think it was HBAR. Oh, I don't know. But anyway, 2. So watch this coming Friday, and I'll have my head together by then, and you'll see what's going on. So make sure you tick that bell icon, and if you haven't already, please smash up that like button for this live stream. I appreciate that. Yeah, exactly. Sometimes you do have to lose. Yes. Ultimately, what he's hitting on here is, in a bull run, you can pretty much throw money at anything and think you're a financial wizard. Yeah, woohoo, I'll live. I'm going to go. It's going up forever. And as you go through the bear market, you realize that that's not true. And it's your failures that help you to actually learn more. It's your failures. So yes, Thomas, thank you for jumping that in here. Yeah, there you go. Thanks, FF. I appreciate you. Yeah, BitConnect. Oh my God. I mean, that was probably the biggest one in the space. Probably the biggest one in the space. You did sell all your BCC before it crumbled. Good for you, man. Good for you. I didn't. That was one of them. Luckily, I didn't have a lot in BitConnect, but yeah. Life lessons, live and learn. Exactly, and that's the point. I'm trying to shortcut your learning curve, and for the newbies coming into the space, that's why I'm here. Basically trying to shortcut your learning curve by not only talking about what's going on currently in the market, because you have to know what's current in the space in order to be able to operate properly and make proper decisions in the space, but also just in general to how to store your money and so on and so forth, and exactly how it works. You need that information, and good information. And again, that's why I do what I do, and why, again, I've partnered up with FF, who's in the live chat here, and Crypto Jar, who's in the live chat here, to do Matrix Money podcast. So again, if you have not signed up for that channel, again, link in the description of this live stream. Go ahead, sign up. You should see us live tomorrow. We're all trying to get you the best information we can to help you. To help you. It's like we're having, it's not my internet connection. It's definitely a StreamYard thing. I'm gonna make sure I let them know that. So I apologize for any problem with the live stream. Sorry about that. But yes, FF, appreciate you sharing that. Yeah, see, everybody, BitConnect was so long ago. I think 2016 it started, maybe, and ramped all the way up in 2017 through the bull run, and then by 2018 it had completely, I don't even think it made it to 2018. It completely collapsed in on itself. Yes, H bar, regardless. Like I said, I'm sorry. Actually, no, wait, here it is. Oh, I don't know what the final vote was. I got Quant, but yeah, it was either H bar or XLM. I can't remember which one it is, but yes, H bar, good choice. I agree, H bar. And you can, H bar is one of those ones you can stake, so it's nice to have a little bit of passive income for doing that. Again, a lot of things in this space. And if you're new here and a lot of what I'm saying doesn't make sense, like staking or mining or, this passive income opportunity within the cryptocurrency space, stay here. Make sure you're tuning in. Make sure you're getting the best information you can. And I'm going to do my best to show you that with no bull. Sometimes I'm a little forward. And that's why I said, you know what, if you're here for a quick buck, just get that out of here, because you're not who I'm trying to help. You have a degenerate mindset. And I'm going to just lay that crap out straight for you. And if you don't like it, well, feel free to unsubscribe. I don't give a shit. But for the people who are interested in actually learning and growing, whether or not it's with me, or maybe the Matrix Money podcast, or FF's channel itself, Crypto Jar's channel, Tiny Crypto blog, whoever. Do it. Good information from every one of those I just mentioned. Okay, every one of those. I have a question. Maybe you can unpack it at the end. Do you have any concerns with the timing of the halving, presidential elections, then the escalation on what's going on in the Middle East? Ah! Unpack it at the end. Yeah, there's a lot to unpack there, my friend. Wow. That might be a live stream unto itself. I appreciate the question, Thomas. I do. Let me try and hit these points real quick. Do I have concerns with the time of the halving? Not really. I get, and yeah, he's clarifying. Seems like a perfect storm for a really long bear market. Maybe the halving. Okay, I think the perfect storm with regard to the halving is the combination of the halving and sorry about that. I take care of something real quick. Done. I think the perfect storm with the halving is the halving in combination with the pending ETF approvals. With the ETF approvals, I think we're going to see major amounts of capital flow into the space. And then couple that with the halving, which is going to, for those who don't know, the Bitcoin halving is a reward system for people who are mining Bitcoin and basically keeping the blockchain secure and safe. They started out with 50 Bitcoin per block and is now down to 6.25 per block. And that's about to drop again to in the halving, which is currently coming in around April to what is it, 3.15 or something like that. But bottom line is it's getting scarcer and scarcer as the demand for Bitcoin is going up and increasing. To me, that's the perfect storm. I believe that, and again, my opinion, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, old guy on the interwebs. I believe that this is the perfect storm for not having a future bull bear cycle like we've seen in past halvings. That's my opinion with that, regardless of the other stuff that he mentioned. So let's just throw that back up there so everybody can see what he put out there. So I believe that, yes, I'm not saying we're not going to get a bear cycle, but I think the bear cycle will be not what we've normally experienced in the space. Again, my opinion, not financial advice. So he's talking also presidential elections and obviously the escalation of tensions and war in the Middle East. Okay. All of these things that he just mentioned here, and probably a couple of others, definitely play into the Bitcoin cycle. What effect will these have on Bitcoin? Presidential election wise, as much as we have some pro Bitcoin, pro crypto presidential candidates who still have their, name, hat, whatever in the race, I think that the likelihood of one of them ending up in the president's spot is very low. So with regard to that, I don't see that much of an effect. However, I do see the presidential election potentially affecting the markets as a whole, including the TradFi system and the banking system. And I believe that dependent upon where the presidency goes, I think a collapse is coming. I don't give a shit who gets in office. but the, what's the word I want? The feeling, the damage, the total havoc to be caused by that, I believe, will depend on who actually wins. So that's my thought process there. And then as far as escalating tensions, listen, I have my own beliefs about what's going on in the Middle East, Ukraine, etc. Not going to voice those currently here with regard to this. I do believe that it will have an effect overall globally with regard to Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. Here's my thought, Thomas, to bring it to the perfect storm, okay? I believe that the ETF is coming. The halving is coming regardless. It doesn't matter. I do believe that those two factors combined are going to change the cycle, not the cycle, the bull bear cycle of Bitcoin. I do also believe that these other items that I just discussed are going to, again, my opinion, not financial advice, old guy, interwebs. I believe that these other items are going to positively affect price action with Bitcoin. But I talked about this on Crypto on the Rocks. I believe that the standard is going to change. I believe USD will no longer, well, again, I'm playing into maybe the next 5 years or so, is no longer going to be the world reserve currency, regardless if they swap over to CBDCs, which I think is going to be their attempt to first. They're going to try to control people in that manner because, again, it's about control. Hence, we're here in Bitcoin. And I think that attempt by the governments, central banks, etc., is what's going to positively affect price action in the cryptocurrency space and Bitcoin in particular. And I believe make Bitcoin more of the monetary standard versus a US dollar standard. Again, I'm not talking that's next year, but I'm talking that all of this confluence of events, again, my opinion, I believe, we're looking toward 2030, 2035, that's what's going to happen. I mean, could it happen super sooner? 1000%. 1000%. What's FF got coming here? Presidential election might help it. The war might, yep. It might. I mean, I could be completely wrong. You're right. It could be. People fear, but if the dollar is still the world reserve currency, people could pull money out of all the speculative assets and be like, yeah, but he's right. But who knows? Again, I'm glad he put that there. FF, thank you, man. I'm glad you put that there because you want to know what? None of us know. And anybody who's sitting here on YouTube telling you that they know what's going on, unless it's somebody who's like in the know, which those people on YouTube, run in the other direction. That's why you hear me keep saying, not financial advice. It's my opinion, not a financial advisor, old guy, interwebs, because no one really knows. You got to do your own research, get the best, most accurate information you can, and try to figure it out. So, yes. And if I had read his next sentence, so not financial advice, but DCA, and just believe in whatever you own. Hey, amen, brother. Amen. It's the truth. It's the truth. FF's got it down pat there. Yes, that was a great question. Absolutely, Thomas. And I appreciate that question. And I know I could have gone, honestly, a whole nother live stream about that. But yeah, that I tried to make it as concise as possible here. Yeah. We got what you meant there, FF. We got what you meant, man. We got it. And thank you for chiming in. I really appreciate that. So let me bring this together, because I'm well over an hour here at this point, which again, it's not like I care about the time. That's not the point. The point is that you are here, you understand, and hopefully I make a little bit of sense to you, and you stick around and share my channel with other people. Matter of fact, I will ask if you wouldn't mind doing that. I would greatly appreciate it. Again, if you're new here, make sure you subscribe, tick the bell icon, click the all. That way you get notified every time I go live. Monday, Wednesday, 10 a.m. Eastern, Friday night, 7 p.m. Crypto on the Rocks. You got to join me for that. You got to join me for that. That's as good as it gets, because you control the show. And I'd appreciate it if you'd share it out to other people. I'm trying to grow this channel, obviously up to 1,000 subscribers to start with. At least I'm almost there. I need about 150 more, give or take. And I'd appreciate the help. Thank you very much. So yeah, I'm here to help at the end of the day. I'm hoping that, again, I look at it from a different perspective, an older perspective, I guess, because I ain't no spring chicken. But I would like to think that my experience in a bunch of different arenas, because believe me, it's in a bunch of different arenas, gives me a unique perspective to sift through the bullshit. That's pretty much it. And as I sift through the bullshit and learn for myself and make mistakes, because again, it ain't like I'm going to get it perfect, man. I'm just not. But I'm going to try to tell you what I know as best as I know it as it goes. And I appreciate everyone's interaction. And that's my goal. That's why I'm here. And that's why I'm going to continue. I got, that's it. That's it. That's it in a nutshell. I appreciate that, Thomas. Thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate the question. I really, really do. And the interaction with everybody and Thomas in the live chat. Thank you. I really do appreciate that. I think that's going to do it. If you got any final questions, put it in there. Other than that, I am going to tell everybody that, listen, I'm here to help. I'm here to do the best I can. None of this is financial advice. If you haven't already signed up for my newsletter, link is in the description below. I try to make sure that when I go live, everybody has that information. The link in the description, you'll get that right in your email, let you know I'm going live, or even if it's just like breaking news and I'm going live, like I did when, the Ripple case won and all this other stuff. And yeah, join the newsletter. And I'm trying to put out as much information as I possibly can all the time. Finally, I did have it to bring it up here. You can find all of my official channels on Cointree/CCM. In fact, let me bring that up real quick. This was put together by Naomi Brockwell. And hang on, let me just shut that so you can see it and bring this full screen. And if you're not familiar with Naomi Brockwell, huge proponent in the cryptocurrency space. She and all about online privacy and privacy in general. And if you are not following her, link to her channel is in the description of this live stream. Go follow her. That's all I can say. Go follow her. But COINTR.ee. And for me, direct, my spot is like /CCM. And think of it like, I forgot what the one is that you see on Twitter a lot of times, but that it's very similar to this. So if you're interested in sending me a tip, you can do so. Here's all of the crypto that you can use to send me a tip. If you like what I'm doing, I appreciate that very much. Thank you very much. And more importantly, all of my official sites. I can't tell you how much spam and like scammers I get, and I'm a small channel. But they flood the comments. It's insane. Insane. I try to clear it out of there as best as I can, but it is just crazy. So all my official social media channels, I appreciate you following me there. Links to them, Cointree/CCM. Check it out there. And it looks like I got a couple of comments. I want to get to those before I end here. So thank you, FF. I appreciate that. Thank you, man. Thank you. Thank you, Thomas. Appreciate it. Thank you, Lisa. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. All right. Yes, you too. You have a great day, Thomas. Thanks for being here. I really appreciate it. All right. That's going to do it. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for making this live stream awesome. Absolutely awesome. Again, here Monday, Wednesday, live, 10 a.m. Eastern. Friday nights, 7 p.m. Crypto on the Rocks. You control that show. You control what we're going to dollar cost average into in crypto. So make sure you join me there. All right. Sorry, my the problems of live streams. All right, that's it. I am out. Have a great day. Thank you for joining us. I'll see you Wednesday, 10. All right, later.